Welcome to the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, Parak Yud Aleph, where we read a very optimistic, very beautiful reading about the Messianic era, specifically about the Messiah himself. It is also known for being the Haftorah, the reading we do after the Torah reading on the 8th day of Passover. In the diaspora in Israel, there is no 8th day of Passover. Very beautiful, gets a lot of attention because different groups who try to prove that their guy is the Messiah reference this chapter a lot. Either way, it's a beautiful chapter, very, very nice, very optimistic. Let's take a look at it. Let's see the Hebrew, let's see the translations, the meanings. We're making history. A scepter will come out of the trunk, out of the tree of Yishayahu, of Jesse, obviously referring to the Davidic dynasty. And a smaller tree is going to come out of the roots of Jesse, of Yishai, and that is talking about the Mashiach, the Messiah. V'nachal of Ruach Hashem, the Spirit of God will rest on this person, this individual from the house of David. Ruach Chochma, a spirit of wisdom, Uvina, and of insight. Ruach Eitzah, a spirit of advice, Ugvura, and heroism. Ruach Dath, a spirit of knowledge, V'yirat Hashem, and having a fear of God. Now, we continue to describe the Messiah. V'haricho b'yirat Hashem, and he will be filled with the spirit, like ruach of yirat Hashem, of fear of God. V'lo lemar'eh einav yishpot, he will not judge things superficially, not according to what he's going to see with his eyes on the surface. V'lo lemishma oznav yochiach, he will not rebuke people based on what he hears immediately with his ear. Things are going to be much more deep, much more meaningful. What's he going to do? V'shafat betzedek dalim, he will judge justly the poor people. V'hochiach b'mishor le'anvei eretz, and he will rebuke in a straightforward way, in a sort of eye to eye, on a leveled playing field, the humble people of the land. V'hika eretz b'shevet piv, he will strike the land with the whip of his mouth. Uveruach sfatav yamit rasha, and then with the wind blowing out of his mouth, he will decimate the wicked. Pasuk Hey, V'hayat tzedek ezor motnav, justice will be the belt holding his, guarding his loins, being around his waist. V'ha'emunah ezor chalatzav, and faith will also be around his waist. Probably one of the most famous verses in the Bible. Now, V'gar ze'ev im keves, when this Messiah from the house of Jesse, from the house of Yishai, from the Davidic dynasty is going to come, then a wolf will live with a sheep, v'namer im gedi yirbatz, and a leopard is going to dwell together peacefully with a little goat. V'egel uchfir umeri yachdav, and the calf and the lion and the big animal, like a big ox, are going to sit together. And guess who's going to be in charge of all that? The nar katon noheg bam, and a little young boy is going to be leading them all. Now we continue. Pasuk Zayin, ufara v'dov tirena yachdav. I'm sorry, ufara v'dov tirena. A cow and a bear are gonna just graze freely. Yachdav yirbitzu yaldehen, their children, the children of the cow and of the bear, are gonna just chill together. Ve'aryeh kabakar yochal teven, and the lion, just like cattle, is gonna become vegetarian and he's gonna eat hay. Now, there's a whole discussion in Maimonides. Maimonides believes this is not literal. He does not believe that in the Messianic era the animals are going to change their nature, but rather that this is just a description of how the nations are going to live in peace. V'shiasha yonek al chur paten, a young little baby is going to play on the hole, on the snake hole of a python, v'al-meurat tzifoni, and on the where the big snake, poisonous snake, lives, gamul yado hada, the little child who is a toddler is going to put his hand on the snake hole, no problem, no worries, no fear. Very famous pasuk, lo yareu velo yashchitu b'chol har kodshi, no one is going to do anything bad. Rashi, the commentaries say that the snakes won't do anything in my whole mountain. Kimal haaretz de'at Hashem, because the land is going to be filled with knowledge of God. Kamaim hayam mechasim, just like water is covering the entire ocean. Now very famous, V'haya bayom hahu, in those days, shoresh Yishai asher omed lenes amim, the root from Yishai, from the house of David, is going to stand and sort of be celebrated by all nations. Elav goyim midroshu, all nations are going to come to him. V'hayta menuchato kavod, he is going to be all relaxed. He won't have to fight. He won't have to do anything. No wars, because everyone's going to respect him. And now we have the prophecy about the bringing in of the exiles. V'haya bayomahu Yosif Hashem shenit yado liknot et she'ar amo. In that day, God will once again redeem his people, bring them back. Asher yishaer me'ashur u'me'mitzrayim u'mipatros u'mikush u'me'elam u'mechamat u'me'ayei hayam. God is going to bring back his people from Assyria, from Egypt, from Patros, which is also Egypt. Mikush, I believe, is Libya. Elam, Shinar, those are places closer to Babylon. Umechamat u'me'ayei, and from the islands and from Syria, basically from all over. V'nasan nisla goyim, God will then lift up a sign to all the Messiah will lift up a sign to all the nations. V'asaf nidchei Israel, he will gather the scattered of Israel. Unefutzot Yehuda yekanabetz, and those scattered from Judea, he will gather them from four corners of the land. Very beautiful verse, Yud Gimel. V'sara kinat Ephraim, the jealousy of Ephraim, of the 10 tribes, is going to be removed. They're no longer going to be jealous of the people of Yehuda, of Judea. V'tzorerei Yehuda yikaretu, and those who are seeking to hurt Judah, they will be cut off. Very beautiful pasuk. Ephraim lo yekanet Yehuda, Ephraim will not be jealous of Yehuda. Yehuda lo yatzuret Ephraim, and Yehuda will not seek to cause any trouble to Ephraim. So there's this reconciliation between the northern kingdom and the 10 tribes, and Yehuda, who they were at war for many, many generations. And the afu bekatev plishtim yama, then the Philistines are going to be pushed back to the Mediterranean. Yachdav yavozu et bnei Kedem, the people of Israel are going to be able to defeat and even plunder the people of Kedem, of the east, Edom u'Moav, Mishloach Yadam. They'll do whatever they want with Edom and Moab, who typically hurt them. Ubnei Ammon mishmatam, and the children of Ammon are going to be at their mercy. Vehecherim Hashem et lashon yam Mitzrayim, God is then going to punish the water of Egypt, meaning the Nile, and he will raise his hand on the Nile River. Ba'ayam rucho. This Rashi says it's a word that does not appear anywhere else in Tanakh, and it means in the strength of his spirit, also discussed by the Talmud in the beginning of Bava Kama. Vehikau l'shiva nechalim v'hedrich b'nalim, and God will then turn that Nile into 7 different streams, and it's going to move it in its own directions. It's in locked-in directions. The Haita, then he will place in all that water, Mesila l'sh'ar amo asher yishaer me'ashur. Then he will make a place, even though now we've just been talking about Egypt and Nile, God will then make a road for the rest of the people coming from Assyria, just like it was in the days of Egypt. Maybe he's talking about the Jews who came from Assyria to Egypt. That has been Perek Yud Aleph. Very intense, very messianic, very hopeful, and very utopian. I hope you enjoyed. Perek Yud Bet is coming up.